Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Doggone Positive Way. I'm Maria Ryan. This is my colleague, bestie, Jasmine.
Jasmine the Dog Trainer.
Yes, yes. And today I wanted to talk to you about future proofing your puppy and what that means to us as far as dog trainers, and just kind of a little bit of what it means to do it, what it is, and how you should implement it. So, the reason why I wanted to do it too is because you and I have a huge caseload of reactive dog clients.
Absolutely.
And whether it's to people or to other dogs or garbage
Squirrels.
squirrels, yes. Let's just have you tell the story of the King Charles Cavalier, because that
So,
story is the best.
one of my students, his name is Charlie. He has a very high prey drive. So, he's incredibly reactive to squirrels. His mother is a senior citizen and she's an active person, but he's a strong dog for his size. King Charles are stocky.
Yeah.
And when he sees a squirrel, he goes off. He pulls, he, lunges, he goes crazy. One day I get a text from her and says, "Look what your student did today." It's a picture of this dog in the tree in her front yard. He climbed an oak tree
Oh my
chasing a squirrel. First off, he ran out of the front door. That's
Right, that's the
that's
first part.
bad enough. But he climbed the tree and was in the tree because of a squirrel. Now, this is something that's not happened before. I've heard of a Jack Russell Terrier climbing a tree, but not a King Charles.
Nope. Maybe a Belgian Malinois.
So it's safe to say that his reactivity, his drive is much higher than the typical, a dog barking when they see a squirrel and wanting to pull to get to them. Sometimes we have extreme cases and we have to work on managing that behavior for the safety of the dog and the safety of the human. Because if that squirrel had run across the street, he would have ran across the street to chase it,
Right.
whether a car was coming or not.
Exactly. And it's not like they're, oh, let me stop at the edge and make sure there's no traffic coming. They're just,
He also chases cars. He's chased a UPS truck, ran out of the door, chased a UPS truck, and tried to bite the tires.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Lots of prey drive, right. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we laugh about that stuff because we're like, oh my God, the dog climbed a tree, and you get texts
It's
or
just because it's
messages.
absurd.
It is absurd because, like we both said, we're not thinking the King Charles Cavalier.
Right.
We're thinking different dogs. We're thinking Jack Russells or Belgian Malinois or something that is
A
like
coonhound.
right, like we're gonna go, but not a King Charles. Yeah. So, and now, did she just adopt this dog or?
Him from puppy, and he's been rambunctious. I've been working with him for 3 years. He's 3 years old.
Mhm.
They're snowbirds, so they come, to Florida part of the year, and then they go back home. And when they're home, she works him. She takes him to group classes. He does rally classes. He's done agility classes, but his he's great when he's in class. It's translating him understanding that this is how we want you to behave all the time. But, owners sometimes don't follow through with things depending on your mood, how tired you are, how your day is going. Sometimes it's hard to stay consistent, but this is important because if you're not consistent, the dog's not going to be consistent. There can't be any days off from requiring them not to behave a certain way, because when it comes down to an emergency where the dog ran out of the door and they're not coming to you, it's scary, it's dangerous, it can be fatal.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I worry a lot about this dog because he's just so energetic. I told her, I was like, you need to hire some kid, not a dog walker. You need to hire somebody to run him. He
Right.
needs to go on runs at least a few times a week because that's his adrenaline rush is the running, the chasing. He's already caught an opossum in the backyard.
Wow.
Yeah. Um
We need those
so
possums.
he's yeah. Right. They do good work. They're ugly, but they
Yeah.
do good work.
Excellent work for the environment. We love them.
Yeah. So I think she didn't start working with his training until he was about, I think I met them when he was 8 months old.
Hmm. And that's
And
really typical, right? Like, don't you find
yeah,
that?
their adolescent phase because people are like, whoa, this is not a cute tiny puppy anymore. And these behaviors have become habits.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
that's
a little asshole now. Basically. Okay, it's like, what the hell happened to the cute little 8-week puppy? And that's
exactly.
also when statistically you're finding those dogs from that age range, 8, 9 months to about a year and a half, are the most popular age range going into the shelters or into rescue
Uh-huh.
or being rehomed or what have you, because of
Exactly.
that stuff. So yes, so
Because we didn't prepare them for what we actually want them to behave like when they're full grown.
exactly, we didn't future proof them.
Yes.
This is the perfect example, because I mean, we do have probably, I mean, a lot of our clients that have reactive dogs, maybe they have adopted them later in life, rescue or what have you, but there is a percentage of people who have had their dogs from puppies, from 8 weeks old. And I even have a couple of people who have, you know, their mother was the breeder, so they had the dog from like birth,
Birth.
basically.
Right.
And now that dog is one in particular that I can think of is he's barks like insane amounts, and he is crate aggressive.
Oh no.
And he's like, I think he's 3. And I was like, oh, when did you get him? Well, we birthed him. And I was like, oh, okay. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, people just don't know. They think that um oh, well, it's a puppy. I have to wait. I talk to people all the time that tell me they'll message me or call me and be like, "Hey, I'm just, shopping around for trainers. I just got a puppy. He's 10 weeks old, and we're gonna wait to start training him until he's old enough. We're gonna wait until he's like 4 or 5 months old." No, let's start now
Right.
because there's things that I can help guide you through now that will prevent future problems. And we don't want them to become a habit because then it's harder to redirect that habit and break the habit. Just like with humans, if we have a habit that we practice on a daily basis, let's say with dogs, for example, people think that oh, well, my puppy's teething, I'm going to let him chew my hand. Guess what that same dog is going to be doing at 6 months old, 7 months old, 8 months old? We have to teach them that their teeth don't belong on our skin ever. If I'm playing with them and their teeth go up the toy and get my hand, playtime ends.
Mm-hmm.
Not forever, just temporarily. 10 seconds, I stop interacting, no eye contact, because I don't want them to think that this is how we play. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter how old they are. If they're 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old, 5 months old, same rules go.
Right.